Shirley Verico. I am the curator here at Buffalo Art Studios. And I just want to welcome you all. Thank you so much for coming on this beautiful, beautiful evening. We are here tonight. This is our opening reception for our exhibitions. It'll be on display through September 1. And for those of you who are new to us, I do see some new faces. Buffalo Art Studios is a 20,000 square foot not-for-profit art center. So those of you standing here in the front gallery with me, you've actually already passed our whole education wing and our whole ceramics wing. So you may not even have realized. And we go back farther too. We have 30 artist studios. And we do have the doors shut just because they're not air conditioned, but you are welcome to go into those studios as well. So thank you so much for coming tonight. We are celebrating two new exhibitions, Bob Fleming and Aaron Kearney. And we are here tonight through the generous support of M&T Bank. They support our Fourth Friday events, and they support many of the arts organizations here in Western New York, and we are always thankful. I also want to say a thank you to the New York State Council for the Arts, the Baird Foundation. We also have the New York State Council for the Arts, I said that one already, M&T Bank, Oshai Foundation, and the Community Foundation. So those are the folks that help us present this amazing work. So tonight we have two solo exhibitions, and it's really exciting because they're people who are a part of our community, and we use that word here a lot. For those of you that don't know, Buffalo Art Studios is a community of artists. We have 30 artists who make their work here, but it's also a community of artists that exhibit here, that come to our events, that maybe participate in our fundraisers or who have shown here over the years. So it really is an extended community, and I see a lot of familiar faces, and that's part of what makes us special. Bob has been a part of our community for a number of years. You know, there are people you see out and about, I like to say out in the wild, and it is always truly, truly a pleasure to bump into Bob anywhere. He is one of the most generous artists and just friends of everybody. So it has been a delight. I am so honored. I did a studio visit with Bob maybe a year and a half ago, and I saw this enormous work, and I said, yeah, this is going to look good at Buffalo Art Studios. I think this is going to look real good. So it has been a pleasure to have the work here. What we're going to do is Bob is going to talk for just 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm going to ask everybody, and I will, of course, bark some orders because I am equal parts curator and art mom. We're going to then, when Bob is finished, we're going to move into the center gallery for Aaron's talk as well. So thank you all so much. This is the wonderful artist and printmaker and just delightful human being, Robert, we all call him Bob Fleming. Thank you.
Thanks everybody for coming out. I want to thank, first of all, Buffalo Art Studio, Alma, Lauren, and Sydney for all their help, but especially Shirley, who's done a tremendous job of curating the work. I was going to put that on if it wasn't so hot. I want to thank my wife Ruth, who's here, for her tolerance for all the time I'm not at home. I want to thank Gareth. I don't see Gareth. Gareth helped me hang all this work, and then also Kay Shu, who helped not only with hanging the work, but with making the book. And my partners at Mirabeau, we have a tremendous mutual support. Rachel and Mijan, I couldn't do anything without them. So finally, I want to mention Erin. It's just been a pleasure to have her next door to me doing these exhibitions at the same time, and if you get a chance, we collaborate on a piece that's around that wall. A couple weeks ago when I was thinking about what I would say doing this, I listened to a podcast driving out to the country, and it was an interview or discussion between two art historians, and it was pretty artsy-fartsy sort of stuff and maybe erudite, but a couple of issues were discussed that maybe will have some reflection on my work. The question asked of this person who does a lot of work with Gerhard Richter and writing about him. The questions were, what about beauty in Richter's work? And this is because Richter's work is all about loss and the failures of the 20th century, especially Germany. And the question is a very difficult one. How do you make art after the Holocaust? How do you make art that's about difficult things? And I struggle with sometimes things being more beautiful than maybe I want. The other question was, what's the future of painting? Is painting a viable medium to make art in the contemporary world? Something I struggle with all the time, but in the end, I think it's trying to make something that's intellectually challenging, asking questions, and I hope you all take away something from looking at this. I'm happy to answer questions from people about individual things, but I don't like to give away too much about what I have in mind as I'm doing this, so thanks again to Buffalo Art Studio, and that's my talk.
Thank you all, and there will be a catalog. It will be hopefully ready next week, but we also will put that on the website for both exhibitions. The reality is that we're a really small team here, and it is my job to write the catalog, but it is also my job to hang the art and do the lights and write. So sometimes I have it for the opening, but a lot of times I don't. And so it will be available, but one of the things I do love to encourage folks to do is to meet the artists, to talk to them, to ask questions. Both artists tonight are really capable of speaking eloquently about their work, so I encourage you to do that. All right, now, let's all move into the next gallery.